So it has been sort of a bad timing thing with the whole when Disney Plus came out, us having access to these shows, and me being in sort of that transitionary period between me not only at the time looking for the house, but now we're getting to the point to where we're going to be moving into the house in a couple of weeks. And I wanted to do videos like this. I've said that I was going to review more videos as far as not videos, more movies, film adaptation, animation, and such of comic books, so be it in whatever movies like live action, film, and stuff like that, but also with shows that have already been released that maybe I haven't watched or I want to watch again as an adult and so forth. And that the reason why I haven't done that many videos on it, and I just really did, I think two, like for example, on the X-Men animated series, was because, like I said, transitionary period. And I really want to deck those videos out a lot more and have just a better, just all around experience for you guys in terms of how it looks and be it more visually stimulating, if you will. And we're just not there yet, but we are getting close to there. And I was just watching, because I was just eating, and I was just watching this video, the episode of season 2, episode 10 of the animated series of X-Men. And yes, I'm reiterating the fact that it was made for, like, this is not more so it's deeper. It's deeper. And deeper than what I remember. Let's say that. I mean, nothing's changed for the most part. Still the same deal. But when this came out, I was a very young kid. Like when it first dropped, I'm talking 2-3 years old, right? And then going into, I would have been when it ended, I was like 7-8, right? So me watching it when I did as a youngster, I didn't understand the attention to detail as far as the comic book adaptation of the characters or really any of that. I just didn't really understand it because for one, I hadn't consumed comic book material, but also just the themes and stuff like that is going to fly over a kid's head. So what this does, and this is why I think X-Men animated series, aside from just it being having a great theme song, the reason why it is so respected, at least in my honest opinion, after watching almost 2 full seasons of it, again as an adult, for the first time as an adult, really, it ages the way that it did, and it's so respected because more so it aged very well. Now that has to do with the fact that yes, it's animation, American animation, but it's not an insult to the viewer in terms of their intellect, in terms of their maturation. A lot of our American animation, even when it comes to these characters, certainly nowadays, it's more geared towards obviously the kid, and it's made for the kid. Whereas to this feels like, yes, you can remember it premiering on, let's say, kids based hours, but the actual writing of it and the actual depictions of it, there's a lot of adult themes there. But also, again, you can watch this as a guy that's my age, now an adult, and you respect it and you appreciate it and you actually enjoy it more as an adult because you can understand it, whereas you couldn't before. Season 2, episode 10 depicts, it's 2 themes, big themes here. One is the love interest of Beast and how he's essentially fallen in love. Remember, again, he's coming up with these surgical procedures and such that's going to cure this blind woman, right? She has never seen him. He's never mentioned that he's a mutant either, even though she's touched his hands, you think, oh, this guy's big, massive, hairy hands. That should give it away. But he never mentioned it to her that he was a mutant. There was obviously something at I believe the hospital that they were at. Someone went down, and here we are. And now he's outed as a mutant because of these anti-mutant mobs that are attacking these, not only just attacking where they're at, but also in the fact that this woman's father, as an example, does not like mutants, doesn't want mutants operating on. And again, so the hospital has to let him go because of that, because it's creating too much tension. And you get the, I guess the end game to all of this, or more so the end of the episode. She gets her blindness cured. She sees him, doesn't have any problem with him being a mutant. And at the end, the very end, they accept that, or more so Beast has to lay it down like, look, this isn't going to work. We live in this world that unfortunately you and I are different people. We're seeing as different, and I'm doing nothing but putting you in danger. And this is just the reality of the situation. And just that experience alone is going to fly over your head. But also with the whole, during the same exact episode, it's kind of crazy how they were able to pile both of these narratives in this exact episode because they were able to cross them over. You had Grayton, which I believe he came out. He was his first appearance is like right alongside this in the early 90s. So it's not like they had a lot of sources, like this was just kind of happening at the same time. It might have happened one before the other. I'm not really sure. I'm not going to pretend like I know. But nonetheless, that's Victor Creed's. So Sabretooth, that's his son. So this guy that's his leader of this cult, and he's been causing this havoc over the course of the last episodes and riling people up to make them hate mutants. What we learn is that he has that animosity because of who his father is in terms of them being mutant. Now, I don't know. I don't think in this episode they mentioned the fact, because in the comic book, Mystique is his mother. I don't know if they mentioned that, but he's going crazy at the end because what happens is once they go and they go save him, or it's not necessarily save him, but they're at where there are all these not where all these mutants are being housed. This is like, let's say this Graydon and his posse of excuse me, mutants are held up in this area, and that's where they had sort of kidnapped this love interest of Beast. So excuse me. Once that's how kind of all the X-Men got involved in all this, and they're going to say Beast, like, I gotta go save her, what have you. But they, on a projector, to all of his team, Grayton's team, his entire team, they see that Professor X basically documented, hey, this is who Sabretooth is. Grayton Creed is his name. So I don't think his name is, Grayton Creed is his name. But he's like, basically, hey, this is yours. Give it away. It's Sabretooth's son. So they're like, his henchmen are like walking away like, oh man, this guy loves him. He's a son of a mutant. So he's going nuts like, you're not my father. This guy's not and he's like shooting at the projector and stuff like that. So you can imagine this emotional toll that it's taking on him. Again, I don't think they've gone into detail to the degree that they have in the comic book, with him being the son of two mutants and basically being abandoned. And that's why he has animosity towards mutants. I don't know. I can't remember if that's the reason why he's sort of going down this hill. I don't know if they're going to explain it a little more going in the future of the this show, like, or more so this season. So we'll see. But it just got me thinking. I had to do a video on it because I'm just like, man, this is a lot more deep, a lot more detailed than what I ever remembered. And this is why I think it's so much appreciated. And it's not just a nostalgia. It's not just, oh, well, this, we grew up on this. No, I mean, because I grew up on a lot of cartoons, but a lot of them, I think if I could watch them again, it would be the same thing. By the way, Blue Tongue, because of this. But yeah, it's just deep. And I think this is where a lot of even that's, I don't want to say geared towards younger audience, a lot of the cartoons that are animation that's being put out nowadays tries to sort of dumb it down a lot, even some of the comic book adaptations that I've seen over the years, and they purposely dumb it down to just appeal to kids. And I've never liked that as an approach because it's a kid, so you can have those elements that they'll appreciate, people flying around, flashing lights and whatever, and fight scenes on the screen, and that's good enough for them. They're not even paying attention to really the narrative because it's something that they can't really understand anyway. But what happens when they do that is that it doesn't age that well. It doesn't age well. In fact, it ages badly. And whereas to this, and I would love to watch some of these other ones, and we're gonna do more reviews. I promise you. Just wait till I get to the new spot before we start going into the really real detail with them. I just had to do this video, but I would love to see how the other, definitely now we have Disney Plus, some of the other form of Marvel stuff, and I go into DC stuff as well, because I do have DC Universe, so we have access to all of this. And I think just in general, even if I have to end up purchasing some stuff because it's not on a streaming service, I don't mind doing that, certainly for my audience and certainly for myself, to see, okay, how does this stack up, and compare and contrast to when I watched this as a kid versus when I watched this more so as an adult.